What is up, my friend? Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm really excited to share with you the process of me going through my very first powerlifting competition. But before we dive in, I want to share with you why I'm doing it in the first place. So, if you know me, whether you know me in person, you've seen me online, if you have worked with me as a client, you know I'm a firm believer that our actions speak louder than words. Your words don't mean shit, okay? I am a firm believer that your actions will always show, that you are putting in the work, that you are putting in the effort, that you're putting in the time. And that's really what delivers the results. And so I slightly feel hypocritical because of the fact that since 2023, 2024, I haven't been fulfilling this promise that I made to myself. And that was to do a powerlifting competition. So, just a little backstory. Back in 2023, I was in the best shape of my life. I mean, I'm gonna get back to that physique because I tell you what, I had abs for the very first time after having three kids. My arms, oh my goodness gracious, I hate arm day, but whoo, damn, I didn't skip it because I loved my arms. Um, when it came to competing, doing CrossFit, I felt very confident in being able to actually keep up because of the fact that I had finally worked hard enough to get to that point. And so at the end of 2023, early 2024, I signed up for what was called Barbell Classics. It was a mixture of powerlifting and Olympic lifting, which Olympic lifting you see in CrossFit, powerlifting, as like the basic power lifts, which is like the bench, the deadlift, and back squat, which we're gonna be talking about here because I'm sharing with you my journey of like progressing those. Um, so I did the competition and it was all on me. It was solo, which I have not done a solo competition in a very long time. And so it felt amazing knowing that like if I fail, it's on me. I take that ownership. If I win, it's on me. I take that ownership. But at the end of the day, like it's all me. And so that led me after that competition, really looking at different types of competitions that I could compete in, different sports I could compete in that are solo type sports. And so I looked at powerlifting, I looked at strongman competitions, I looked at bodybuilding, and I have friends in all of those areas that were like, yes, come on, like come to me, like let's do this together. And so I sat in indecision mode and I felt like I was taking action because I was reaching out, I was researching, and I was like, ooh, like I could do this, I could do that. And so I like sat in this indecision mode and I didn't take any action. And you know what fucking happens when you don't take action? Your words don't mean shit because what you're training yourself to do is you're training yourself to say, yes, I want this, but we're not going to get it. Why? Because you can't trust yourself. You can't believe in yourself. You can't keep a fucking promise to yourself. And so it eats away at you. It eats away at your confidence. It eats away at you thinking that you're enough, thinking that you're worthy, being able to trust yourself, being able to keep the promises that you made. Like it really just eats away at you. So that had happened in 2024. And of course, at the end of 2024, it was a fucking nightmare personally for me in my personal life because it just went to hell in a handbasket. And so once January of 2025 came along, I was like, okay, I'm ready to commit to doing a powerlifting competition. I'm gonna go all in because I need to do this for me. Rightfully so, after a fucking horrible quarter of the last quarter of 2024. I was like, I just need to do this for me. I was going through a lot of grief. I was going through a lot of loss. I felt lost. Um, it was very hard. Sorry. So I wanted to at least keep the word to myself that I told myself back in 2023, 2024 that I was going to do at least one competition. Unfortunately, in 2024, 2023, I was in indecision because I felt like I had to do them all at once. Like I had to do them all in the year because in 2023, I was cocky. I was in the best shape of my life and I felt very confident because my actions showed me that I was capable because I knew that through actions and through time, I would become capable. I would learn, I'd gain the skills, I would grow, I would, show up as the woman I want to be, as a mom, as a wife, as who I am on the inside. And I worked so hard to bring her out. And then 2024, I sat in indecision, which then hindered my results and it hindered me mentally. And then, of course, going through some life struggles that because life is going to be lifing, it happens. We all go through shit. Um, that in 2025, I was like, I'm making this commitment to myself. And so I reached out to my girlfriend. I was like, I want to do a powerlifting competition. Let's get started. And in February, sorry, excuse me, my husband and I found out that we were expecting our daughter, which was a huge blessing. It brought so much joy to us, but we were also like waiting for the other foot to drop. Um, just because that was kind of like the funk that we were currently in, the season that we were currently in. And so I reached out to my girlfriend. I was like, never mind. Like, I got to make sure that I had the healthiest, safest pregnancy that I could possibly have. And I mean, like, I was so intentional. And I have to say, like, even though I hit pause on my powerlifting journey, I was very proud that during the pregnancy of my daughter, I was the most healthiest, active, that I have ever done in all of my pregnancies. Um, so to have that, that was a huge win. And so after having her in October of last year, I was like, okay, now that I got approved in January to work out, I was like, I'm going to share my weight loss journey with you. And I but was sharing that over on Instagram because of the fact that I coach moms to lose weight. And so I'm like, of course they want to see my weight loss journey. But there was still like this little seed of doubt because I had unfinished business of doing a fulfillment of a promise that I made back in 2023, 2024 of doing a powerlifting competition. So I am now, if you have followed me over on Instagram, you know that I have hit pause on my weight loss journey because this is taking precedence. I need to make sure that I complete this for myself because I am a firm believer that actions speak louder than words. Actions are how you show yourself that you can do hard things. Actions are showing others that you are reliable, that they can trust you, that you are the person that they can lean on when they are feeling weak. Like actions speak so flippin' loud. And because of that being like one of my biggest beliefs, it's very hard for me to sit here and say, like, yeah, I want to do a weight loss journey. I will get back to that, okay? But I need to fulfill this un, you know, incomplete work that I have done. So, with that said, my reason why I'm doing this is to keep that promise to myself. It's not for anything else. It is to be the woman of my word. It is for me to trust in myself and know that I am fully capable. And yes, I know I am. But for the past 2 years, I'm not counting the year that I was pregnant with my daughter. Um, it's been hard because here I'm preaching, actions speak louder than words, but then I'm not even following through with what my heart has been calling me to do, which is doing that powerlifting competition just for me to gain my own experience in it and understand it because I work with women that are of all walks of life. I have worked with athletes that are starting to do a bodybuilding competition. I have worked with moms that are just beginning at losing weight. Like I have seen I've worked with a soccer professional. I have worked with someone that has been dabbling in CrossFit and just want to increase their PRs. Like I have seen the spectrum over my years of coaching. And so that's why it was very hard to just be like, listen, I need to hit pause on my weight loss journey right now. So that way I can follow through with what I said I was going to do and lean into this process. And I'm looking forward to sharing this process with you because of the fact that we're all beginners and we all start somewhere. But the biggest place to start is following through with what you said you were going to do. If you said that you were going to eat the fucking salad, eat the fucking salad. If you said that you were going to get a walk in, go get a walk in. If you said that you were going to put your phone down at 7, put your phone down at 7. And the more that you take action, the more that you are going to solidify you trusting the process. And there's going to be days, I guarantee that there's going to be days that absolutely suck. And it could be weeks and months and a year that feels like you are just absolutely fucking sucking. But if you keep showing up, you keep putting in the work, you gain the skill set, you gain the knowledge, you gain the confidence, there is no doubt in my mind that you will progress towards where you want to go. And that's where I'm at right now. So that is why I'm doing this. It's to keep a promise to myself. I'm very looking forward to sharing with you along the way the experience that I have because I'm also a firm believer that it is the little wins that lead to the greatest victories. And if you have been following me for a while, or if you know me or work with me, you know I say that a lot. And you have to understand that the little wins are those actions of intention, those actions that are going to share with you what worked, what didn't work, and those actions that show that you are capable. It might be unfamiliar, it might be uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you're still capable of doing the thing that you said that you were going to do. So, welcome to my journey. I cannot wait to update you each and every week. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be doing every single week, but I do know that I can promise you one. So, that's what we're going to do. I'm so excited to have you here and welcome to my powerlifting journey. I'll talk to you soon.